going to need a lot of this. Hello, everyone. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Tony Abbott is now the Prime Minister of Australia. Great. Fucking fantastic. So now I'm going to go through the policies and ideas that we can look forward to in the next 3 years. Let's start off with something that's totally unconstitutional. Let's start off with the tax brackets of the different states, with the concept mainly being that the mining states would be paying less percentage in tax, and basically favouring them over the other states, which is, like I said, unconstitutional. So we've got that to look forward to. We've also got to look forward to people under the age of 30 who are actively looking for work. I do realise that there are dole bludgers who are lazy cunts and don't actually look for work, but there are a lot of fucking people who are actively looking for work on a daily, hourly, minutely, is that even a word, basis, who are basically royally screwed. And I think that the people over 30 get a certain cut. They're going to get a cut. A cut? Really? You're going to cut what is barely livable to begin with. Okay, and you want to be self-righteous and say, well, you shouldn't be living off a state. Go fuck yourself. When you haven't been in that situation, you don't really understand. So go fuck yourself, okay? Also, the people who are trying to get an education to a career of their choice, of their choosing, are basically screwed. They're not going to get no benefits either. Those are the ones that are under that age, so they're not going to get any benefits. So basically, people who are trying to get an education in college and universities have got two choices. One, if they want to, actually live a life, not only just live a life, but able to support themselves. If they want to do that, they're going to have either one, quit college and quit that idea of getting an education and all that and just get work so they can support themselves, or two, even though they're a full-time student, they're going to actually have to look for part-time, if not casual work, which is fucking crazy, and it's going to take a lot of their time to try and juggle both things at once. Also, we also go with the concept that the Greens are any development. They are, but I think the Liberals in general are about keeping Australia keeping it at a standstill. Not moving forward. We're not going backwards. Sometimes it feels like it, but we're not moving forward as a culture, as a nation. We're just sitting there, and that's it. We're not moving forward with concepts and ideas. We're not moving forward with, philosophies and way of thinking and giving rights to certain individuals. One of the things is, just let the gays get married. Come on, who gives a flying fuck? You're not in that situation. You're not the one getting married. It's not mandated marriage. Who cares? Really? Oh, the sanctity, I'm not getting involved in that right now, if ever. Because there's a lot of people who are fucking ignorant on that statement. And then there's, of course, the legalization of marijuana. Now, this may shock you, but it may not even shock you. But I'm for the legalization of marijuana. I don't smoke it myself, but that doesn't mean I don't think anyone else should have the option to actually do that. Especially medical marijuana. Also, the concepts of, this never, not many politicians will touch this because it's a taboo subject. And that would be making it legal for euthanasia. Now, people are standing from the standpoint that, it's suicide. It's promoting suicide. You're a fucking moron. And the Liberal Party are very, how do I put this? they come from it from a different generation. Maybe it's just a political point of view because there's a lot of politicians who are older. So maybe it's just that. But seemingly the Liberal Party want to go to old type of situations and that. And there's been a lot of people that have said that the Labor Party, you know, they haven't handled the economy properly and all this kind of crap. Okay. When the Liberal Party was in the from my lifetime anyway, there was no recession that I can recall. But I'm pretty sure a couple of years ago we had a recession, and yet Liberal Party was able to deal with it. So I don't think the economy has really been that bad. Also, just going on that same concept, I'm pretty sure the Australian dollar was beating the American dollar. It was like the Australian dollar was $2 American at one stage. This was when Labor was in charge. This is only like what? Not even last year. Not even a year ago. Now, where I come from, isn't that a good thing? Doesn't that mean our economy's strong, or does that mean it's weak? Or does that mean the whole economy in general is weak? Economists, if there's any economists out there, please help me with that concept, because I think that I may be right, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me know. Also, I'm drinking, so I could be coming across as arrogant or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Not that I'm pro-liberal, because, you know, I do understand that Kevin Rudd was just saying what a lot of people wanted to hear. I understand that. But a lot of the ideas and concepts, especially seeing that Tony Abbott for the working class, he always tried to get this idea across that he was the average Joe. He was the average Australian. He was part of the working class, the middle class. Or he understood the middle class. That is the biggest bunch of fucking bullshit I have ever heard in my entire fucking life. I've heard George Bush speeches, and there's a lot of comparisons between George Bush and Tony Abbott. Unfortunately. And these ideas and concepts, to be quite honest, I hope change. Because a lot of these core concepts and ideas are absolutely fucking ridiculous. You know, he always says that he understood the working class. He understood the middle and lower class. Yet Yet his concepts and ideas actually hurt the working class. Well, it gives me a good reason to drink, I guess. So, to wrap up, I have no idea how to wrap this video up. Usually there's a shade of grey. There may be a shade of grey that I'm missing. But wasn't he also cutting funding to the education? Wasn't he also holding back the NBN and going to the stay with what we already had? When it comes to the Western world, we have the absolute slowest internet. I know this is a first world problem, but doesn't that stop development? Isn't that anti-development? I don't know how to finish this video. I honestly do not know how to finish this video. I try to end, as some of my subscribers may know, and it's not very many, but still, I try to end these videos with some sort of grain of salt, you know, a concept or an idea to leave with. I guess really the only thing I can leave people with here on this subject and issue is that now we have a leader of a country who can be compared to another leader of another country. We have Tony Abbott, who is well, I'll say it and I don't give a damn what you think, he's a fucking moron. George Bush was a moron. His concepts and ideas are really old. George Bush's concepts and ideas was really old. He's basically anti-moving forward, a social evolution. Same with George Bush. There's a lot of fucking comparisons there. He stumbles when he speeches, all this kind of crap. So all I can really say is now that Tony Abbott is the Prime Minister of Australia. So one thing I can really say. Let the mocking begin. Kuipers out.